Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this latest episode of That's Fair Podcasting. I'm your host, Matt.
It's your boy, Bing, 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 Bing.
And it's your boy, Myles.
And what are we going to talk about, homie?
We're going to be talking about aliens and in the oceans and the fact that I was fucking right this whole time, all right?
Honestly, you did call this one.
Thank you.
I had to make sure everyone knows he was right.
I do. You're welcome. All right, so basically, like a while back, we had discussed the topic of the fact that I believe that there was soon to be a bunch of information divulged by our government on the fact that we have had contacts with aliens.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we have had plenty of discussion of the fact that I hate water. I hate oceans. Okay, I think a lot of weird shit comes from our oceans. A lot of things that can't be explained.
Not a huge fan of water myself.
Yeah. Okay, and it just and for anybody that had a fear of water, I'm sure that just spiked with the fact that alien activity is coming from our waters.
I'm going on a cruise.
See,
Hey, get some videos of the water at night or something.
Yeah. Please do. And
You'll see some cool waves.
See, but and here's the funny. Do it at night so we can see the lights. But
when the lights. Go ahead.
So, but what's neat about this though is how basically the entire world has responded to it. Okay, first of all, some people are like, "Oh my god, there's aliens in the fucking ocean," and then other people are like,
"Dude, no shit."
Yeah, that's what we kind of figured that out. You know, we are not fucking surprised. Okay. There's a lot that we can't be fucking shocked by anymore, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because I feel like every fucking year we have some breaking fucking news, some crazy-ass fucking story. Like,
and we're talking outside of the fact that somebody else just got, like, a butt lift or fucking, some celebrity. No, we're talking about some, like, real world-type shit.
Yes, like, this is actually happening in a congressional hearing where they are stating they have pulled bodies and fucking biological matter from shipwrecks. Like,
hey, Beavis, we have aliens.
like, hear me out though. Like, there's been so many instances where like we totally could have fucking blamed it on UFOs, but it makes you question now all the underwater nuclear testing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's
true.
That's a good point.
All of the underwater nuclear testing that they've been doing.
Now let me ask you this. Are you saying it's possibly not testing and possible attacks on something out of fear or what?
Well, I don't know if it's necessarily out of fear.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Mark.
So my main thought too was learning. This was like when I was younger too. This is like, when you first research like aliens and stuff. I was kind of a firm believer that like the moon landing was fake. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of people are.
And then I saw this thing about like the International Space Station, and not even that, just like exploration of space and whatnot. And I know Myles knows about this, how like it looked like it was filmed underwater.
Yeah.
It would make so much more sense that maybe it wasn't even faked,
bro,
but that it was legit. But it was legit, just like their actual exploration, not in space, but underwater.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, we have talked about this on a couple different occasions on a couple things that really confused me about astronaut terminology. The number one thing for me that has always confused me is not only do we have evidence of we have an actual article that shows and states that an astronaut had to be pulled inside from his spacewalk because his helmet started to fill with water.
Mm.
That doesn't fucking happen in space.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all,
are you thinking firmament or?
I don't know, but at the same time. Okay, I lost my fucking train of thought again. God damn.
Yeah, we're on the water in the helmet. That's what you were leading up to.
And that was the first one. And then they called their fucking spacewalk buddies dive buddies.
Mm.
Okay, so what is that?
I see what you're saying. And normally when you associate dive, you mean you are what? In water.
Yeah,
right.
You're essentially in water. And something that's always been like...
Unless you're Mike Tyson and you take a different kind of dive. Go ahead.
Oh my God. Come on,
Tucson.
He didn't deserve that.
Tucson.
He didn't deserve that. Anyways, so
Myles.
What's interesting about that is, I'm going to defend Mike Tyson. The fuck, I don't want to get hit, but he's obviously not afraid to fight a YouTuber. So, but anyway,
Again, if you call it a fight, but go ahead.
But no,
Because you left off on dive. They called it a dive.
Yes. Okay. So, they do call it a dive, and that's interesting to me. And I'm pretty sure I've spewed this on the fucking podcast a few different times. That I'm like, not only do I think that there are potential for aliens to come from fucking space, but I do think that they're resting in water. And here is a phenomenal explanation.
That is scary.
Yeah.
Here's a phenomenal explanation on this. Right. I have two things I want you guys to really think about, and that's our listeners as well. And one of those being is aliens surveyed this planet. Okay. I'm gonna drop a couple things on you. I just want you to hear me out on this, okay? Mm-hmm. Aliens survey the planet. They realize that 25% of the planet is fucking land, 75% of it is water. They realize there are life forms on it. They say, hey, these dipshits are only using 25% of the land. Let's build a base underwater. There's the first fucking, hey, they can control 75 fucking percent of our oceans, right?
And how much has only been explored? 5%.
5%. So that we fucking have been told so far, okay? So my next question is, why is it that the Earth is, 4 billion years old? Roughly? 5 billion years old?
Okay, yeah, let's
give or take a decade.
Yeah, we can roll with that.
Human DNA is 8 decades. Human DNA is 8 billion years old.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Again, though, that goes back to abiogenesis, but go ahead.
So there's that. That's a weird one, okay? And the last one, ultimately, is like, it would explain a lot with magnetic field issues, right? If these guys are supposedly creating and conducting aircraft that can handle upwards of what they stated in a declassified U.S. document, is that these machines are capable of 2,000 to 3,000 G's of force. That's insane. Our top fighter jet
it's
now.
Like 10 G's, isn't it? The one that
no, I want to say it's 17 to 18 G's on the Raptor.
I was thinking Mach 10. That's actually
the Raptor F-22s. I think they are. I'm not entirely sure on this. So, but can you Google it? Can you Google it?
Sure.
I want to say it's a Raptor F-22, and I want to say it's top forces 18 G's.
Excuse me, fake news.
But I don't know. It's just super interesting to me that they're
on the fact that the ships were like they can. Yeah. They discovered something that can pull how many G's versus what we can do?
Yeah, 17 to 18 G's is from my understanding.
We do.
From my understanding, without the aircraft completely fucking dissolving.
But what they're saying they can do is how many G's? 2,000
to 3,000. Wow. Which is,
that's going to turn you into mush.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. The human body, I don't know what it is. We might have to pull a Google stat on it.
I can't.
No, I know you can't, but maybe Mark can. But
maximum speed Mach 2.25,
which is how many G's of force?
Oh yeah, hold on, sorry.
Yeah, that's what we're after.
Mach 2 is only 1,500 miles per hour though, so the speed of sound is roughly 750.
G limits up to 9.
It's up to 9.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was super far off.
No, it's okay. But Mach 2 is only 1,500 miles an hour. Like the SR-71 can go 2,300.
Yeah, the SR-71 Blackbird, sorry. I should fucking know all these.
It's Mach 3.
Yeah,
it's okay.
We're talking rough
day, bro. Rough day.
It was
we're talking about 1,550
for the SR-71.
No, this is for the F-22.
Okay, and that's
so you were close.
Yeah. Okay, so
that's maximum speed.
That's its maximum speed, but and its max of G-force is what?
About 9.
About 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you crash, basically there's no casket, there's a water hose.
So pretty much. So just think about this, right? And they have in the documents that they have released, which most of these documents are still heavily fucking redacted.
Sure. Right.
Okay.
Right.
What's interesting about this is the fact that they state one weird thing that one of the guys stated in this congressional hearing is they are trying to reverse engineer the technology. And I don't know if this was a slip, if this was him making a fucking joke or what, but this motherfucker blatantly states, we are trying to reverse engineer the technology so we can beat China to the moon and establish a presence. What does that fucking tell you?
Yeah, no shit.
Did you say beat China
to the moon? China to the moon.
Well, that's telling us we've never been on
the moon, yeah.
Okay, and here's a really interesting theory too, right? And I'm not fucking...
That's a fuck up right there.
I'm not fucking saying the Earth is flat. I'm not fucking agreeing with any of this shit. I'm just saying this is an interesting speculation here, okay, is that if in all religion, throughout time and fucking everything, even in political aspects, we have talked about breaking the dome.
Sure.
We have talked about breaking the firmament.
Yep.
Okay, there has been waters above and below.
And we've talked about the firmament.
And I brought this up to Matt. I thought this was super interesting, right? Like, let's just say our government's found out some really freaky fucking shit, right? So they had to fabricate a bunch of pictures for us. And I'm just saying this is all theory. This is all speculation. This is all food for thought.
We obviously don't fucking know. That's what we're trying to say.
This is all food for thought here, okay? But they claim that the Earth, if we're going the scientific route here, was created from a Big Bang, okay? So we have never known truly what is on or in a black hole. What if Earth is the center of a black hole, right? And we are a transport in between, like, galaxies and shit like that, right?
Okay.
And so what if when things are coming out of our water, they're coming out of essentially a black hole for transport?
See, that's why you need to play Mass Effect, because they have mass relays in our galaxy that can... You would love Mass Effect.
Like, I think it's super interesting. Like, what if we are seriously the center point in the galaxy and people use us as a transfer point? And that's something that's super interesting to me, is because do you remember that Russian movie I brought up forever ago, right? And now, I don't know, I want to shout out to our Russian listeners and anybody that speaks Russian, as I finally started learning Russian. So it's gonna be a lot more.
Myles is riding his own dick, you guys. It's fine.
But like, no, it's
but it doesn't change fact Myles is asshole. Go ahead.
But it's interesting to me because in this movie, right? Okay, the Russian government has blatantly stated that Tartaria existed. Okay, we're gonna drop that too. Okay, they have blatantly fucking stated that Tartaria was in fact a fucking society at some point.
Right.
It didn't get very much attention thanks to the fucking war going on, unfortunately. Which I'm not going to get into any of that. But the fact that they released a movie stating that there is a completely different species out there, that we were made in the image of them, we were sent here to clear out the fucking previous societies here, and that explains all of the old societies and shit like that. And and like all the differences on why we can't explain certain things. And so basically, like, we were sent here as a virus in this movie. And then they were going to come and colonize after we had taken it out. And then they realized that we worked too well. And the only reason that humans were essentially sent to this planet was to be the virus to take out the life form that was already on this planet. Instead, we developed and evolved into what we are today. And he explains, or whatever the being explains, he's like, you were made in our image. You look like us. And he's communicating telepathically. He's hiding his face this whole time. And she obviously thinks that he's speaking out loud until he reveals his face, which is super neat. Sorry, I'm running out of breath. But like,
you're going a mile. That's fine though. Go ahead.
But like, it's a super interesting theory here. And this is like, they basically stated, like, you guys were the virus. You only had two purposes here, and that was to spread and kill. And you guys were way too effective at it, right? Procreation and war. That was all humans have ever truly been good at. Okay, look at it. We're currently at war now, right? And we have the highest population that this planet has ever seen. Yeah. Right. That is all we have ever been here for, is to be a virus to this fucking. To this fucking.
What are we doing? We are.
All we do is tear it up and rebuild it. That's all we do.
Yeah, exactly. So
but when you had me watch that was a fucking trip.
It was
in there because. Yeah, I mean, like, she would ask him like serious questions, and he would just say, "I don't know."
Yeah, and
you could tell he knew something. Yeah. He's just like, "I don't know."
And like some of the really cool fucking things, like, and that whole thing, like, if they have to say they don't know in a congressional hearing, it means yes. Yeah. Okay. If they have to say I don't know, it's just confirmation. Okay. Yeah. It's a roundabout way for confirmation. It's fucking
creepy, really.
But so I saw this thing though. And it was this, again, it's on TikTok. It's real.
Yeah, of course.
No, it was this guy, and he goes, yeah, with all the hearing about like aliens exist, aliens have always existed, whether it's like the sky or the sea or whatever. Yeah. He's like, I don't care. It's like, show us.
Yeah, show us the fucking pictures.
Show us the pictures. We don't want to hear about it anymore. That's all we keep doing is hearing out. Show us.
You know something that I saw today that was like, obviously it could have been faked, but it made my mind think for a minute. Okay, right? What is your immediate depiction of a gray?
A gray? I mean, stereotypical big
gray head, black eyes,
skinny jaw. What is a gray?
Well, come on, you know.
Like an alien.
The aliens.
Like
when
you think of an
alien. Is that an alien?
Yeah, you have the tall grays.
Yeah, you see the triangle, like the slanted eyes.
The slanted eyes, and they're always black.
I've never heard of it referred to as a gray. I'm sorry.
Okay, you have different. Okay, so like technically they all come from the Orion's belt, right? That's where they're slotted to come from, or that's where they so claim.
Allegedly.
You have the tall grays, the short grays. Short grays are scientific, more. We just want to fucking see what you guys got going on. The tall grays,
we're like their science project.
Yeah, the tall grays are the ones that are more communicative and helpful with human races. This is all fucking
hearsay.
Hypotheticals. So in this fucking video, it made me think. I'm like, like what if that is true? Like, what if that is a real video? Now we have to wonder what if now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But they said,
they made you.
You know the black on their eyes in the video. They peel the black off, and they say that it's basically sunglasses as they're traversing through space.
Oh, that's sick.
Like how fucking and it looked cool because the eye was all big. You remember the movie Paul?
Yeah.
Looked just like him.
Yeah.
But obviously they could, but whatever. It's just super interesting to think, like, dude, we have a different fucking species living in our... we have been pondering the question, are we alone in this universe for fucking decades? Our government has confirmed it. Nobody gives a fuck. And they live on the same fucking planet as us.
Well, say what you said about how the government comes out, right? Mm-hmm. Tells the people, hey, aliens exist. And then we're at a point now where we just don't care.
We're not fucking surprised.
Or we're just not surprised.
It's not that we don't care. We've been so desensitized as humans for so long that it doesn't even fucking register anymore.
Dude, the amount of nuclear war we've been threatened with, the amount of times an asteroid is going to fucking destroy the planet, 2012, Y2K, 9/11, COVID-19. We're not fucking surprised anymore, dude.
The Democrats. I'm kidding.
Republicans.
Republicans. I'm kidding.
So this is my thought and it comes down to, I want to say, I think it was Doctor Who. And I know I've talked about this before, when it's like, there's only so long you can sit and pretend and hide and cover when there's a literal mothership just floating in the fucking sky. You know what I mean?
Okay, before too long, they're going to
start... Or in the ocean.
Yeah, and then he goes on to say, like, when will the people of Earth, instead of saying, I'm white, I'm black, I'm Asian, I'm whatever... Just say we're human, bro. Yeah. Like, when is it going to get to that point in time when we actually have to come together as not countries or just people, but like as a race, a civil race, so of just people against
the
space.
Human race.
Yes, exactly.
If you look at just about any other like depiction and stuff of like the way people and fantasy stories, like I send Matt a lot of fantasy stories that I listen to on Reddit and stuff.
Are they sexy?
No.
Yeah, most of it's like hentai and this animation.
No, 90% of it is just like galactic warfare. Just interesting shit. It's just different aspects, different viewpoints on space. And like, I'm sorry, we got to back up though, because you guys fucking throw me off my train of fucking thought. Whenever I'm on like a good fucking aspect on something,
blame us.
Blame us because your brain don't work.
No, I mean, like, I'm trying to fucking backtrack here, but what was I just saying? It had to do with...
Yeah, it was before we just talked about that.
Yeah, like when people all have to, like...
Right, because he was talking about us coming together as the human race.
Yeah, okay, so, Terrans. We're known as Terrans, and like most, like, because it's a terrain.
Oh, the terrain,
Terrans. Yeah, so we're Terrans, or we're called souls. We are from the Soul Galaxy.
Mm-hmm. Huh. SOL,
yeah. So we're souls. Like, obviously, our moon is Luna.
Okay.
Right? So
I gotcha.
We are the soul. We are okay. Obviously, now if you were to determine us be a nation, you'd be Russian, or you'd be American, or Brazilian, whatever. It doesn't matter. But all together under one, if we were to join per se a fucking galactic federation, we'd be known as fucking Terrans or souls.
Okay.
Right? I see what you're saying based on where we're from.
Yeah. See, and here's the crazy thing, like, and I want to quote a comedian actually, which is crazy about this, right? Because life is so small in perspective that we look at ourselves as Americans or fucking anything like that, or we generalize ourselves via race, right? Yeah. Which is fucking ridiculous because we've been force fed like, hey, you're fucking Caucasian, whatever, and it doesn't fucking matter to me. Yeah. It really doesn't. But it's the fact that like. Gabriel Iglesias, he's the comedian I'm thinking about here. Okay, everywhere he went, everywhere he went in the U.S., he was like, it bugged me because they always introduced me as a Mexican American comedian. He goes, I had to literally leave the country to be introduced as just an American comedian.
Yeah,
it's because we have this huge, we generalize everybody and everything. Mm-hmm. So once they realize, like, hey, dude, we're all on the same fucking planet.
Yeah,
it doesn't fucking. If there are truly life forms out there.
They don't give a fuck if you're from the U.S. or from Russia
Africa
or fucking. They don't care, bro.
Like you were from this marble that they found.
They literally want.
You can't touch me. I'm from California.
Yeah, like nobody gives a fuck where you're from, bro. Like if we're looking at the grand scheme of things, we have just officially confirmed the fact that we are not the center of the fucking universe anymore.
Now, let me ask you this though, on a real note.
What's up?
If this is all real, and that's what we're going by, once again, we got it off social media.
Yeah.
How do we know that is authentic?
What part?
All of it. Like the video
congressional
you showed me of, what's that?
I mean, we don't. And that's just the thing,
exactly.
too.
So that's what I'm saying, though.
So for me, it's the sense of being ready, more ready than... Okay, let's say hypothetically, tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
A ship just comes out plain as day. Everybody can fucking see.
You have like all the news networks.
Yeah, exactly.
Span all of them
like
fucking.
Yeah,
just,
like breaking news.
But here's the crazy
SpongeBob
thing.
turns off and there's a fucking C-SPAN.
But here's the fucking crazy thing. Did you know that CNN, the BBC, and the UK all have preparations, including the Vatican, all have preparations for... They literally have a fucking pamphlet and a fucking how to deal with spiritual apparitions. They are preparing to release this fucking information on how to deal with fucking outer world beings, right? Which is fucking creepy, all right? Like, what are we about to fucking see here?
Then why do you think we're so pushing AI right now? What the fuck's that about? Like, are we coming up with AI to eventually combat what we could be facing?
Did you guys hear about what happened with
I've
Google's
never
AI?
thought about that.
Yeah, why do you think
that's crazy? I've never thought about that.
We're pushing AI so bad
We're building a semi, like, what would that... Like a semi-real, because that's what AI is. It's like real.
Yeah,
it's almost like a human line of defense.
Yeah, it's like our body bags at this point.
I have a feeling.
Meat shields.
I have a feeling two things are gonna fucking.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Two things. This is
crazy though.
Yeah.
This is my next fucking guess for this whole layout of
alien
shit that's about to go down. One of two things is gonna happen. I think all of our governments are gonna come together and finally announce, hey, just so you guys know, we are part of a federal fucking.
Sure.
Like we're part of a fucking galactic federacy or something.
You
right?
think the UN is really going to do that?
I don't know. This is all just.
I mean, because I've given you kudos. You called what we saw, but go ahead.
Okay, so the food for thought is, I think that either we're gonna eventually come out to the fact, hey, we're a part of a galactic federation. We have a fucking deal with aliens. They're allowed to fucking base on the moon, in our oceans, what the fuck ever. They use our sun to refuel. Sure. Do you guys remember the big sphere that supposedly looked like it was sucking energy from the sun? What if it's a refueling station for certain fucking things? Sure. It's interesting, okay? I'm not saying this is true speculation. It's all fucking theory. And this is the next one for me is, I think one of two things is, we're either going to get told we're in the fucking Matrix finally, or we're going to fucking find out that, hey, we're a part of something way fucking bigger, and you guys are going to get ready for some really weird shit to happen. Yeah.
I think of a matter kind of like Infinity Wars, right? Like gates open up, there's all this shit going on, right? Like a travel station, little truck stop for these people. Yeah. Or it's going to turn into like 9. Oh, like the number 9 or whatever, right?
I remember
like where these aliens live on Earth, and somehow, some way, we do the human thing of making them like a lower level, like
second class.
Somehow,
well,
when I'm just
Myles once said though that movies are literally revealing more than
they should
want to believe. Yeah,
dude, think about this, right? We're not in this fucking alien. Fucking universe, Alien versus Predator universe.
No,
you have to think we're pushing Pacific Rim.
Shit,
right?
Honestly,
this is potential for Pacific Rim.
I say, Godzilla fucking exists, bro, and I stand on that shit. I stand on it.
But like, it's so fucking wild to think like, why have I been so afraid of the goddamn ocean for so long? Yeah, and then next thing we know, they're like, hey,
I mean. In a sense, too, to me, it makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just for the fact that, like, nobody really knows what's going on out there. You know what I mean? Like there's a... Did I say that twice?
No, but I just thought of something super fucking funny.
Well, you better say it, because your ass is gonna...
No. So, like, could you just imagine, like, all the aliens are just under fucking the water, like, all right, they're about to tell everyone we're real. Let's release the balloons and the fireworks. And everyone's like, yeah, they're real. And everyone on Earth is just like, all right, gives a fuck. And they're like, what do we do with all these fucking balloons, man?
Like, the upside is they're water balloons.
Turn into a tornado or a hurricane and fuck up Florida.
Like, you know what? We're going to suck in the Gulf.
Yeah, every time there's like a big, like water What the fuck?
But
like
see,
a catastrophe.
Yeah.
It's literally just them like having the bass up a little too loud, bro.
I keep falling back to AI because if they're buried under the water for so long, and we're making AI, like how do we know we're not making AI to actually confront them in the event they're hostiles? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, no. Another big thing that I think about is the fact that like our technology like increase and like the way it's advanced in such a little time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said earlier, like they're trying to like backtrack like this technology that they found or that they have, and I'm like, bro, what if
We fucking peaked
Like-
out of the 90s out of fucking
like
nowhere.
think about it. Like titanium was so hard to come across,
Yeah.
and now they're making millions of just phones for people
Yeah.
to have. Just
Okay,
with-
Like it's nothing.
Real
yeah,
quick,
that's what I'm saying. Like, how the fuck did we just like boom? Here we are.
One thing
you know?
that I want to bring to everybody's attention and theorize on this, which is super interesting, is remember how everyone for the longest time always told you, hey, yeah, like you're fucking, it takes a minute for the text to go out because it's got to go up to the satellite and come back down.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, bullshit. I call bullshit. You want to know why? Because everyone's losing their fucking mind that a Chinese submarine dropped its anchor and ripped a fucking telecom line under the ocean.
Huh.
If they were so fucking concerned about telecommunications, wouldn't they be concerned about anything in space?
Yeah, true.
You'd be concerned about the satellites in
Yeah.
space, not a fucking telecommunication
Yeah.
line under fucking water that runs the fucking stretch from Africa to some other fucking place.
Yeah, true.
You know
I
what I
didn't
mean?
even know that line underwater existed.
Oh, there's hundreds of fucking telecommunication lines
Yeah.
that run under our ocean. And they dropped an
No
anchor
wonder
in
it's
fucking
mutating sea life, and
Yeah.
we think they're fucking aliens.
Just a weird puffer fish.
But,
I know
like,
what the fuck, man? An ET phone in home?
but
Like,
how,
I don't
for the
know.
longest time,
Literally?
you have been force-fed the idea that all of our fucking communication goes through fucking space.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay,
Well, I
but
mean,
how
there
but
is-
how long
yeah.
how long have phones been out?
Well,
How long have phones been around? Like any type of communicating phone?
But you have to understand the water pressure underneath that the kind of phone interference we would have at such an alarming
Yeah.
rate, though, versus if you're going through air or water. If you have all that shit down in the water, though, you're gonna have delays like a motherfucker. If you can even get through with those
Well,
kind of fucking satellites
but like,
underneath versus in the air, which is
Yeah.
just.
But when they
free air.
were
True.
dropping all this 5G shit, you didn't hear about any satellites going into the fucking sky.
yeah,
Yeah,
true.
but you
5G
heard about
for internet.
Elon Musk dropping some shit up high, though. I mean,
Yeah, but that's Elon Musk, and that's Starlink. That's not fucking 5G.
but Starlink is for you to be able to connect anywhere in the world.
You guys
Yeah.
have heard of like fiber optic, right?
yes,
Yeah.
fiber optic.
I don't get how we're going backwards again. So think about it, like dish, right? Like you
Yeah.
got this dish, literal dish on your house.
Yeah.
It runs a bunch of wires, right, and shit. Okay, and then boom, Wi-Fi exists, right?
Yeah.
They're like,
Yeah.
bro, it's in the fucking air, dude.
Yeah.
This shit's in the air, and then now we're going backwards again.
You want to know
Yeah.
something?
Feeding it through the fucking lines again, bro. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Well, you know,
Yeah,
you know what's
that
really
doesn't
fucking,
make any
you know what's
sense to
really
me.
fucking creepy about Wi-Fi and shit? Is you got to look into this. It's fucking creepy. Wi-Fi pings up to a certain radius, okay, which means that they can use a sonar off of your fucking Wi-Fi, and they can ping and map out your entire house. They can find out where you are.
Sure.
So if you don't have Wi-Fi in your house or anything like that, they can still figure out where you are at in your
You
house.
just answered my question then.
What's that?
That's how you would be able to do it in the ocean is through
yeah,
sonar.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because sonar can go through
Yeah.
water. Yes.
Yeah.
So that answered my question.
Okay.
So yeah, but everybody's losing their fucking mind over that. So
Mhm.
that should give you another instinct on why the fuck, why are we so scared to explore the ocean? But we have all
Yeah.
we have all these lines laid down.
With the limited time, and I'll go first because mine will be fast.
Hmm?
Do you believe in all this?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think it's the same question where it would almost be a little ignorant not to.
Oh yeah,
Because like I said, like it's easier to almost want to be ahead of it than rather just be like, oh shit, it is. You know what I mean? Like,
I do know what you guys mean, but me, I don't because I'm a meat and potatoes guy.
Yeah,
I have to
sure.
see it to believe it.
so I'm saying you
If I
gotta
don't see it,
show us the beans, baby.
it's hearsay until I fucking see it
Yeah,
myself.
I agree.
I'm not saying I'm
Same
right.
with ghosts and stuff. Like I want to see
Yeah.
a ghost. I don't really want to see an alien, but like until it's proven factual, like,
I'm not saying I'm right, but if I can see it, I'll believe it.
I'll be
Until
on the
then,
fence. We'll be on the fence.
I keep hearing it off social media. Are we high fiving?
I don't know what that was. I'm sorry.
God knows we need family more than ever. Vince Vaughn.
Like
That's him in the wedding crashes
Yeah.
off. God knows we need family more than ever.
Sister's been through a lot of dick.
of
dick.
But no, just to close this out, one final thing that I want our listeners to think about. I know I've given you a lot of food for thought tonight, but think about it this way, right? We had obviously our pyramids are dilapidated now and shit like that. What if our communication has fallen off globally with aliens because they can't communicate with the societies they helped build forever ago?
Sure.
Ooh, very good, man. Well, guys,
That's what I
alrighty.
think
On
about.
that note, Miles, great job leading this one off, and I am outro.
Bye.
That's Vidania.